Miss North Florida pageant and the story of Miss North Florida 2025 and the winner being stripped of her title. But what happened here? Kayleigh Bush was crowned in August of 2024. Why don't we find out a little more about this story? Because maybe part of this story is, too, the lack of consequences for certain things. I don't know. Let's ask her. She's joining us right now on Florida's Voice. We can find out a little bit more on this story. Hey, it's Drew. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I'm doing very well. It's good to see you. So for those that don't know, as I'm kind of teasing up that you were stripped of the title, and the question becomes, what did you do? What horrible thing? What happened here, Kayleigh? And then you come to realize, well, wait a second. I've got questions about this. I got problems with what they did to you. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you so much for having me on and standing for such an important issue right now. Um, I want to be clear, I did not lose the crown because I broke a rule. I lost it because I would not rewrite the truth to keep the crown. Early in August, I was crowned the 2025 Miss North Florida. So that meant that I was on the road to compete for Miss Florida America. And I was super excited. It's such a dream that every single little girl has. And that was stripped away from me. But 4 weeks after I was crowned, they presented me with the newly revised contract, including for transgenders, castrated males, to compete alongside in the Miss America pageant system. And I was shocked. I was blown away. 100 years of empowering women, and now we don't even know what a woman is. So I took time and we prayed about it, thought about it, and I eventually came to asking the Miss Florida America to, correct their contract language and stop incentivizing and promoting the castration of young minor boys. And they refused, and they retired my crown in my opportunity to compete for Miss Florida America.
Wow. When I first heard about this, I thought, well, number one, good for you. And it has to be tough and somebody has to stand in that space to say, no, this is wrong. Truth is truth. And there's only one truth. And that's where you stand. Clearly, you stand on that terra firma, if you will. But also, I wonder what others think when they hear about this, and then what we talked about before, Kayleigh, which is the concern that if there isn't any accountability, then this just continues. In other words, there seems to be certain people that will go along with this, continue to put this in their documentation, but then ultimately, more people have to step into that gap like you have and say no. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do this. The truth is more important to me, and what you described is more important to me than and people need to recognize this. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. And that's why I'm so thankful that Liberty Counsel has, supported me through all of this. They have worked so diligently. We've sent 2 demand letters and they've been hard at work. And I owe so much. And I'm so grateful for Liberty Counsel and the hard work that they are doing.
Yeah, no doubt. By the way, forgive me. I should have opened up with this too. Tell me a little bit about yourself and where you're from and a little bit of your background.
Yeah, so I am from a small town in Florida. I love it here. I have a great family. I've got a strong father, I've got a great mother, and I've got 2 brothers, which is also a reason that this really pulls at my heartstrings because I couldn't imagine them falling into the lie that they could change their sex and that they would commit something and fall into the lie that they would do something that they would later regret, because trans regret is real and it is often overlooked and not talked about enough. But yeah, so I have been doing pageants for only a few years now. Actually, my first pageant, my mom, I like to say, threw me in there in 2023. I had always seen pageants as maybe a little bit silly. And, I had ended up winning that pageant, never had even watched one. But through all of that, I realized how important and how you can learn so many life skills from pageantry, something that I had never seen. There's interviewing skills, there is public speaking skills in the Miss America pageant system. One of my favorite things is your talent portion. And so, yeah, I've been doing pageants for only a few years from a small town, and I am so excited to share my Miss America journey with you guys.
Yeah. And, I think that one of the other parts of that too is how you have quite an opportunity, especially as somebody who wins, to represent, and what the representation means and the communication that you get to have with people, which is so critical. It's such an important part of this, right? To be able to now go to events, to speak with people, and you get the chance to share your heart, right? You get the chance to share what it is that you truly care about, whether that is truth, or whether that is your faith, or whether that is whatever that may be, that strength that's within you, and you get to talk to other people about that. It's an awesome thing.
For sure, for sure. That's actually one of the best parts about the Miss America pageant system is that we are supposed to have our community service initiative. And a lot of people don't realize that this crown is my microphone for promoting my mission, which is I'm very passionate about civic engagement and encouraging and inspiring my generation for a love of America. And so yeah, it's definitely a great way to get your platform out there and get your message out there. And so through losing this title, I lost that microphone as well, and that was pretty tough. But I may no longer hold the crown of Miss North Florida, but I have not lost my voice. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And so before we go, as we move forward with this, and would love to have you back to obviously talk about this more and see how we end up here. What's the next move? What is it? I know Liberty Counsel has been so awesome in helping you with this, and where do we go from here? So what are the next steps?
So like you said, we have been working diligently with Liberty Counsel, and we are really just trying to see where it's going to go. We were really trying to follow the Matthew model, where we went to them personally and privately by sending over some letters, and they kind of refused. So we are working with legislation and trying to get connected and promote this message, and show this message, because this is something really important that needs to be talked about, because I believe that boys are often overlooked when it comes to this transgender situation that's being pushed on all of our children. And like I said, Miss America is now promoting and incentivizing the castration of young, healthy boys, which is, not okay. But I just want to also plug Liberty Counsel one more time. Please follow them and follow the Canceled Crown, the.canceled.crown on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, we're excited to see where this goes, and we're really looking forward to it.
Okay. All right, Kayleigh. Well, listen, all the best. God bless. And we'll speak to you soon. We'll keep an eye on this story, and hopefully we'll have you back with some good positive news. So we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Love being here. Thank you.
We'll see you soon. That's Kayleigh Bush.